All right, the off-season outlook portion of the program has arrived. Taking a look at the future of some teams, and we're going to do it in the Western Conference, and we're going to start with the Thunder, Shams. You're going to start us off.
Thunder.
The Thunder, I would expect continued patience. I mean, when you think about Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey, Gilgeous-alexander, this core, this was their first true playoff run together. I don't think anything dramatic. I think they're going to take a patient approach. But teams around the league do think the Thunder will look into veteran centers. You think about the need for rebounding, the need for maybe additional size at the 5 position. That's the one area you could look at and definitively say, could the Thunder need a big potentially? Sam Presti spoke about it in his post-game or his post-season press conference. The fact that in some of those games down the stretch, you know, there was a thought around the league that obviously they might need rebounding. So we'll see what they end up doing.
Okay, so there's a potential there for some. By the way, that was a postseason. He did a 2.5-hour. That is insane to me, by the way. Any reaction to that as is, the idea of bringing in a veteran center?
Yeah, that's what they need. I think that the longevity of Chet's career, I think, is dependent on getting someone like that. I think they need like an enforcer, bring in an Isaiah Stewart type where you don't have to give the ball to, but just kind of a physical, rugged big man that can provide them 15 to 20, 25 minutes on any given night. If they could have got a Daniel Gafford, something like that, that's a great lob threat, a rim runner that can play off these guards that you don't have to give the ball to, I think is exactly who you need. I saw something like Lauri Markkanen, something like that. I'm like, isn't he very similar to Chet?
I saw him to the Spurs.
Like, isn't he very similar? I'm like, I don't love that. I think they have enough talent. I think they have enough skill, what they have already. They have a boatload of draft picks. They have so many assets that they can move around. So like Sean just said, I don't think they're in a rush to do anything because they're sitting so pretty, but I think definitely you got to get someone other than Biyombo or Muscala, who, you know, they're big as they had. They got to have some impactful 5-man. A Capella would be amazing if they could somehow pull him off. Someone like that.
Do you trade Lou Josh Giddey?
I think you take a look at it. You know, late in games, Chandler just educated me late in games that he was getting benched a lot. Really wasn't even playing those meaningful minutes. And you have your guard play locked up. You have the guys that you're going to want on the court to end games. But also he gives you a look. He gives you a playmaker. You know, so if I'm Oklahoma City and I can take a look at some things and I can get something of value back, if I can turn that into a big that can give me a 4 or 5, an enforcer-like type of guy, you take a look at it. But who knows?
I know. It's they're in a great position.
And again, this guy, he was out of the rotation. He was out of the starting lineup. So this is something I think that was key to like kind of their movement early on, and then how their offense, how he was being guarded with his lack of shooting ability, just kind of literally got him out of the rotation. You see guys like Isaiah Joe put in the starting lineup instead of him just because they can simply shoot the ball and space the floor and let SGA work. When you have a guy like Josh Giddey, it's kind of like it kind of packs the paint. It doesn't allow J-Dub, doesn't allow SGA to do what they do when you have him sitting there. So I do think if I can, I shop him. But again, they're in no rush.
No rush. It's a lovely place to live.